And you already know. Just like that, we're back again. Uncle Boow in the building. What up, y'all? What's hood? If you are watching the replay, if you are not watching this live, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Smash that like button. I hate saying that, but I have to say that. Case Swap in the building. What's good? How you doing out there today? It's the day of the eclipse. We're gonna be doing a little something different today. All right. Well, it's not different. It's actually a will it burn video. But what we're gonna be doing is I have 4 store-bought commercial hot sauces. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go through and we're gonna see if they will burn. And we're going to do a heat comparison. I'm not going to do a flavor comparison. I've already done that. I mean, I can describe the flavor a little bit when I'm going through them. But what I'm going to do is a heat comparison and see which of these hot sauces I can detect heat in, which of these hot sauces are the hottest. So let's start off with some good old Bay. All right. Will it burn? Uncle Boow live Eclipse Day. So let's get this. We want to make sure we get about the same amount of hot sauce in each spoon so that we're really giving it its fair share, its fair shake, its fair review. All right, so that's about perfect right there. All right, guys, the first hot sauce we're going to try in the Will It Burn category, and see if it has any heat. And we're going to go through each one of these, and we're going to see if we can detect heat in any of them. The first one we're going to try is this one, Old Bay. Let's go. No reaction. All right. So the first time I tried this sauce, I didn't like it too much. But then I said, let me try. And I tried it on food, right? First time I tried it, didn't care for it too much. Then I said, you know what? Let me give it a try by itself. Did a solo bite and a spoon. Figure with some shrimp etouffee or crab boil would be good. Stuff like that. So it does have its use. I'm detecting very, very little heat in that. Almost none. It's not hot to me at all. Yeah, I think maybe it's the vinegar. I'm not really getting a burn from it. All right, next we're going to try the classic Texas Pete's. Now this stuff, I've only got burned from it once, and that was after a very bad cold, and my tolerance was so far down that I actually detected a little bit of heat in it. My tolerance is real low right now. All right, so we got the same amount on the spoon. We're going to go in. Will it burn? Is the question. Texas Pete's. Okay. Check this out. Believe it or not, this is hotter than the Old Bay. Never thought I'd say that. Texas Pete just doesn't really burn me, but I do like this sauce. It's made right here in my town. So I'm not one of these faithful Texas Pete followers, but there's only one thing I like this on. You can put it on a lot of stuff, but fried chicken. Fried chicken, I am sold on this. If I'm eating fried chicken, I want this. I'll do Louisiana or Crystal if I have it. But the heat on that is a little bit more than the Old Bay. More kind of, when I swallowed it, the back of the throat. Very little on the tongue. Very, very poquito. All right. So I can detect some heat from Texas Pete, which is weird. This is only like the second time And like I said, my tolerance is all the way low. I haven't been doing any challenges. Next, we're going to try De La Viuda. De La Viuda. 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 Sorry. Means of the widow. This one is now I got to watch out. This stuff is salty. This one is made with poblano and green jalapeno. If it was green habanero, I'm sorry. If it was green habanero and jalapeno or serrano, oh, I think it would have a good kick then. All right. De La Viuda. It's not a bad sauce. I reviewed it. It tasted very salty to me that day. It is salty. It's not overly salty. I mean, it is, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? I've been cutting down a little bit on the salt. My blood pressure's a little bit elevated. I haven't cut it out of my diet completely. I've just been careful not to overly salt things, right? So as far as the burn goes on this is the hottest one. And I didn't plan this out, trust me. I didn't I didn't think the Old Bay would be milder. They're not in any order. But so far, the mildest one as far as heat goes is the Old Bay. What's up, KFF46 in the building? Yeah, we got some people jump on the live. DJ Daddy-O. All right. Which one you seen? Oh, this? It's not bad. If I got these for like, I don't remember what they were. I think they were $1.79 or something. They were on sale. For a couple bucks, it's worth it. If you want to just have something laying around, you know, your kids could probably handle the heat. So yeah, so far, we got one more, guys. Stay tuned. So far, the mildest. The next one, a little bit hotter. And then a little bit hotter than that. This. And that could be the hottest one. Because the next up is the De La Viuda. This is made with chili de árbol. You gotta figure the other green one had green habaneros in it. So that could be the hottest one. But it's also got poblanos. Boy, I'm getting my sodium levels for the day in. I'll tell you that. All these got more than enough salt in them. All right. Last but not least, in the eclipse day, will it burn live here on beautiful YouTube in America? De La Viuda. This is their chili de árbol hot sauce. So it's like a basic table sauce. I actually like this sauce. I reviewed it like 2 weeks ago. The video of review of this did not do well. And it's because it's a store-bought sauce. I don't expect a bunch of people be like, oh my God, Uncle Boow reviewed this hot sauce today. I gotta watch that video. I didn't think the video would do good, but it did really, really, really bad. So, but that's fine. That's expected, you know. I don't expect people to watch it. All right, so right now, this one, when I swallowed it, back in the throat burn. It's a tiny bit on the tongue. These two are just about tied. These are both hotter than the other two sauces. Chili Eskimo is in the house. All right, the last one, this is chili de árbol. This is árbol chilies. Yeah, and you can taste them in there, and that's what I like about this sauce. You can actually taste the árbol chilies in this. Árbol chilies are, let me tell you guys something, man. If you have a grocery store near you, even Walmart sometimes has them. But you know when you're in you're around the spice section, and sometimes there's a display there kind of sitting there, and it has the bags of dried chilies. Badia, I think, is the company. There's a couple companies that make them, but Badia is one of them. They have, you'll say, chili de árbol, the árbol chilies dried, right? They have the stems on, so you got to pick the stems off. Get some of those, put them in a blender or a grinder. I usually just put them in the Ninja and just pulse it 2, 3 times and make your crushed red pepper flakes from those. Okay, to put on your Italian food, your pizza, and everything. Trust me on this one. You will not be disappointed. They are hotter than the whatever Italian red pepper they're using, cayennes. I don't know what. You just see crushed red pepper in the stores, right? You buy it, you put it on there. It doesn't really have much heat. It's good. It adds some flavor, but it doesn't add much heat. What I do is I take the Arbo chilies and some dried 7-pot Primo or Primatali. And sometimes if I have some of the crushed red pepper, I'll throw it in, and just blend it, pulse it a few times. And I make, I mean, we had, that thing was full. We had a big, huge jar of it full, I don't know, a month ago. It's gone. So I got to grind up some more, make some more crushed red pepper flakes for our food. And so trust me when I tell you, the Arbol is really good. I actually used chili de arbol in a challenge before. The first level, it was 4 different levels. They were chocolate jalapenos. They were chocolate, but they were shaped like a jalapeno. I had the molds, and I made this challenge. It was 4 different levels, and the first level was chili de arbol and habanero, and I had like white chocolate that I used for that, and it turned out with the chilies in it, it made it orange, and it was so good. It was so good, man. And of course, it was milder than the other levels because then after that we went up to ghost pepper. I can't remember what it was. It's like ghost and naga or something. Then we had some different scorpions and 7 pots, and then we had like the reaper and maybe hellhammer or something crazy for the last level. And so, yeah, and I think we did white chocolate, milk chocolate, then white chocolate again, and then dark chocolate, something like that. But it's a challenge I made a while back. You can look up. Helvira did it live on Instagram with me. A whole bunch of other people did that challenge, and it was really, really good. And it was a hot one, trust me. But yeah, so Chili Chaplin, what's up in the building? I see when I took the hot sauce bottles away, I lost some viewers here. So I don't know what. It's crazy because I can take it's like I'm taking Texas Pete and put on a spoon and had like 30 people or something watching. Like it's not that hot, guys. It's not that impressive. But overall, these two are about tied. The green one might have a little bit more kick to it, and here's a bonus. The green one might actually fluctuate in heat from bottle to bottle. Why? Why is that? Well, here's the deal. The Poblanos are always going to be the same, right? They're mild. They don't got any heat. But has green habaneros in it. With a green habanero, if that pepper is mature, it's hot. Trust me. If it's not mature, it's not hot. And if it's in between, it's in between on heat. Same thing with a jalapeno. Any pepper that's green. So with that being said, they could go through and, these are probably commercially picked with the machines where they just literally go out and decimate the pepper plant and it just flings them, it's got the rakes, it flings all the peppers up and they get harvested like that. Most likely they're not picked by hand with these big companies. Yeah, Texas Pete's got its purpose. Like I said, it's my fried chicken sauce, man. When I moved to the South, I was, I'm a Frank's Red Hot guy because I'm from New York, Buffalo wings, and I can't stand buffalo sauce any other way. It's got to be Frank's Red Hot and butter. It's that simple. How can you mess that up, right? When I moved down here, I got a job at a new restaurant as the restaurant kitchen manager. Actually, they had us all be cooks for 30 days. And they had to pick the kitchen manager out of that. I said, I got this position. And I did. I was promoted. But when I got there, I wasn't in charge of the ordering at all. And they had Texas Pete bottles like this out at the tables because we had fried chicken. We did, cast iron skillet fried chicken. And but we also had wings, right? Naked, extra crispy in the fryer. Well, they had ordered Texas Pete wing sauce in the big jug for the wings. And I looked at that plastic bottle and said, this can't be good. And so I tried it. I tried like a taste of it by itself. I thought it was terrible. And then I tried some on some wings. And then I read the ingredients. And it had like 40, 50 ingredients on a wing sauce. Come on, man. I'm old school. And Frank's Red Hot is the best for wings, which is just peppers and vinegar and salt. And then mix that with butter. 4 ingredients, guys. And so I was like, this stuff is trash, man. It's cheap. It didn't taste good. It was garbage. And so I had talked to the crew. I talked to my nighttime cook. So he was basically like the head guy at night. I was the kitchen manager and the head lead guy in the daytime. And I said, and this guy's from here, right? So Terry, good dude, man. And I talked to the owner. And I said, we can't use that Texas Pete anymore. It's got to go. It's got to go. I said, this is garbage. He said, we're just going to order Frank's Red Hot and butter. So this guy pushed back on me. He said, no, man, these people are Texas Pete people. If you take Texas Pete out, they're not going to eat here. This is what we eat and blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, no, I don't care about that at the table because I don't really care for Frank's Red Hot on fried chicken. It's just not my thing. It's I like it for wings and some other stuff. Bloody Marys, whatever. So I told him, I said, I don't mind if we keep this for the fried chicken. I said, but that Texas Pete wing sauce is gone. We're not even going to use what we got left of it. It's trash. And so we all agreed upon that. And I made the wing sauce from scratch. I'd put mostly butter and a little bit of Frank's Red Hot for the mild sauce. Then I make the hot one with Frank's Red Hot and a little bit of butter, and I'd put some cayenne pepper and some chili flakes in it to bring the heat back up because the butter takes it down. And then if you got to order for medium wings, we would mix the hot and the mild together. Voila, there you go. Perfect buffalo sauce. And so people loved it, man. People went nuts over it. We had people from New York that come in and they smell it and they say, that's the real deal, and they loved it. And then we had a lot of the Southerners that they never in their life experienced basic buffalo wings. Like what they've had is crap. They've had stuff from, Zaxby's sauces and Buffalo Wild Wings, East Coast wings, and all this stuff, where it's a bunch of fillers and artificial garbage in these pre-made wing sauces, and they're just not the same. So, yeah, we made it work. We had true buffalo sauce with Frank's Red Hot, and we had this at the tables for your fried chicken. And that's how I like it, and that's how everybody else liked it, and it worked out great. So, it does, Chili Chaplain. It does have it's got its uses, no doubt. You know what? Unpredictable Tony's in the building. So, DJ Daddio, have I Perona hot sauce? No, I haven't tried that, Chili Chaplain. Have I reviewed Yellowbird? Yes, I have. That was probably a really, really, really long time ago. But I bought so Mrs. Bulkhouse, she really doesn't like to eat sauces made by other people because my wife eats organic, like certified organic. And she knows, like one of my growing partners is a good friend of hers, that family, 100% organic, and my stuff grown 100% organic. Anyways, and so she got spoiled. But in the beginning, I wanted her to try other sauces from other people. And so I was trying to order her certified organic sauces, which Yellowbird used to be. But I think I don't know if they even have organic anymore, or maybe they don't have it for all their sauces. but at one point they had it for like 2 or 3 out of the 4 pack I ordered. So I actually ordered a 4 pack for my wife off of Amazon, and it had, I think, the ghost, the I think there was a sriracha, there was a green sauce, and then maybe the yellowbird habanero. So yeah, there's a review up of that. I think we tried all of them on one video, and I think Mrs. Bokow did it with me, and that really would have been one of the first. If she did it with me, she may not have. She might not. I don't remember. But anyways, there is, yeah, because I remember like the thumbnail for that is the yellowbird 4 pack. The picture of it is actually a thumbnail. So that was quite a while ago. I'm glad you asked me that. Yeah, so Tony, yeah, I mean that's my thing is you got to understand something. I was brought up this was new in our store, or our stores in New York. Okay, the grocery store my grandmother shopped at, they had two hot sauces when I was little. My parents shopped there, everybody. Frank's Red Hot and Tabasco. I didn't like Tabasco because it just didn't have, I was a Frank's guy. I grew up on it. And Tabasco was just not, I mean, for Bloody Marys and certain stuff, definitely Tabasco had more heat to it than the Red Hot. But I wasn't, my thing, I was a Frank's kid. I grew up on it. But when I was like 11 or 12, yeah, I think I was like 12 years old. My grandmother, she knows I'm a chili head. She seen this, and it was new in the store. That's how long it took us to even hear of it. It was the same, that guy. I think they might have changed this a little bit, but it was that same guy. A very kind of plain, generic label. My grandmother brought this home, and I tried it, and I expected it to taste like Red Hot Frank's, but maybe be hotter. I don't know. It's just my expectations were not good. We had this in our fridge for years because I didn't care for it. I thought that it didn't have the kick, I thought it didn't have as much flavor, and it didn't have as much heat. I thought it was maybe a little bit milder, so I didn't care for it. So I kind of was, I don't know, man. I'll be honest. You can go back and watch some of my older videos. I don't speak too highly of Texas Pete's. But then when I think about it, like you said, you have to no, the chili pin peppers. The little bead ones. I don't know if I've ever had any of those. I'm pretty sure somebody threw some in a mixed box for me once. I've never reviewed them. But anyways, yeah, it all has its applications, man. You know what I'm saying? It does. It's like you got to figure something. Fried chicken, right? I'll be honest. I don't want a small batch, handcrafted, nice, medium, or thick sauce. That's something I'd love to put on a bunch of other foods. I don't want it on fried chicken. This is what I want on my fried chicken. Same thing with wings. I want my Frank's buffalo, homemade buffalo sauce. I don't want all that other stuff. So it's kind of like, people ask Johnny Scoville, they've asked me, what's your favorite hot sauce? My favorite hot sauce is Mad Mash for everyday use. That's the sauce I eat almost every day, and I love it, right? I'm going to eat some in a little while. I brought a bagel into work. I'm going to throw some egg whites and a piece of cheese on it, and half bottle of hot sauce. So that's my Broken Charlie. What's good? I was doing some reviewing, doing heat reviews to see which one of these commercial sauces was hotter, and these are about tied. Although I think this has green habanero and poblano. I think this has got a little bit more on the tongue, but they both have the same back of the throat burn. Nothing major. They're very, very mild. But like I said, they all have their application. You know what I'm saying? Now, I reviewed some stuff. I had some bad hot sauces. Trust me, man. That Hank sauce stuff, and I bought 2 bottles of it because it was like buy one, go free, but they jacked the price up. But that stuff was trash, man. That was only about a month and a half ago. There's still a bottle in the back of my old car. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'd give it to somebody, but I don't need more enemies. If you guys ever seen the Eye of a Scorpion review, the heat in the sauce, terrible, funky rotten pepper taste to it. It's gross. It's very bitter. Ugh. Yeah, I mean the classic, the Heatonist classic, like this kind of sauce, garbage. It tasted like cardboard. It was just gross. There was one I did a few months back that I actually titled it the worst hot sauce ever, and it was in a plastic bottle. It was something I bought from Walmart. It had like all kinds of weird preservatives in it, and it had like food coloring, and like the peppers was like a small ingredient in it. It was terrible. I had one guy come on and tell, well, that's a condiment. It's not really a hot sauce. I'm like, it says hot sauce on the label, buddy. You know. So I have had some bad ones. I didn't like that Grace green Scotch bonnet sauce. That had food coloring. That had that lime juice. So let me explain the lime juice debacle to you guys. So here's how it works. A lot of these companies in Jamaica, they're acidifying. They're making their sauces with citric acid and water instead of using vinegar. Or a lot of times uh, they're putting lime juice in. Now you can see where it says lime juice, then it has a bracket that says lime juice and sodium benzoate or whatever that preservative is that preserves that lime juice. And if that stuff, nobody really uses that stuff. I mean, when I worked in the kitchens, we would use that stuff, the big jug, that lime juice, we'd use it to clean the grill. I didn't like using it to clean the grill because it could get sticky on there too sometimes. But I mean, it's literally, it just doesn't taste good. It's sour. Now, if you're putting some of that in like a mixed drink, or maybe you could get away with putting it in something, it's like, I don't know, it's whatever. But when you put it in hot sauce, there's that preservative that preserves that lime juice. It creates a sulfury taste to it. I can taste that. Okay, I'm sure not everybody can taste that. I can taste that. If you guys seen Super Hot, you know a little bit about Shahina, the UK chili queen, and she, been diagnosed as a super taster. Okay, people exist like that, and I believe I'm not going to go get diagnosed because I have no clue who would even do it or how it would happen, but I would put myself almost in that category. I can taste bitters when other people can't taste something that has bitterness to it. I can taste it. And unfortunately for hot peppers, it's the same thing. I get lit off of them. Like my taste buds are very sensitive to stuff like that. So it's good because I can give reviews. I can really explain things in detail, and I'm grateful to God for that. That I can actually taste the way I can. I've told some people before we'd have contests when I worked at the Crown Plaza. Me and the other chefs used to battle it out with recreating a Big Mac from scratch, recreating like Old Bay seasoning. Like it's like people have a hard time making that seasoning, right? And we would have these little battles, and it was just a great time. Where does the name Bull Cow come from? That's an excellent question. Um, yeah, right, Charlie. Yeah. So, anyways, when I was, well, I'll start all the way back when I was a little kid. You know, my father would like put his fingers up and go, "Ah, the bull cow's gonna get you," and he'd poke us with his freaking fingers like they were horns, drive us nuts, man. But we'd laugh and run from him and stuff. And so, um, it's just little kids, where I'm from. A lot of little kids call a male cow. It is a bull. It is a cow, but they just say bull cow. It's a kid thing. It's literally so. Uh, my daughter Eliza, who just turned 8, I would tell her bedtime stories. And one time, and this was the first of any of these stories, I tell her a story about a bull cow in a china shop, and and I'm going through it. She absolutely loved it. And then she'd say, "Daddy, tell me a bull cow story. Tell me a bull cow story." So, and I miss it. She doesn't bother me. She should drive me nuts. And so she only does it now, like if she wants to stay up late, and she'll come downstairs and tell me a bull cow story. She doesn't want to go to bed. And so it's like she's trying to pull on my heartstrings. So, anyways, I tell her a bull cow story, right? And I just make something up. And then she tells me a couple days later, the next night, tell me a Bull Cow story. So I start making up these stories, just freestyle off the top of the head, just rattle off something. And it's fun. What's funny about it is I'd sing her a song, and I would get going like this and singing it, and then I'd go faster, faster, and she'd run around in circles and stuff. And sometimes just like she'd just fall, like she literally. But anyways, how did I get the name Uncle Bull Cow? Well, we go to Myrtle Beach one time. We live in North Carolina. We're one state up, and we're in inland, but it's about 4 hours away. We're down there for the week, and I get a picture at night of my nephew on a beach somewhere. They live in New York, my brother and them. And I'm like, where the heck are you? My brother's like, Myrtle Beach. I'm like, so are we. I'm like, I didn't know you were down here. And so, and my nephew and my daughter are just a few months apart, right? They're the same age. And so we went and hung out with them a whole bunch. And we went back to his condo the one day. And I don't know, I think maybe my daughter said, tell me a Bull Cow story. So I tell some Bull Cow story, and my nephew's just looking and he's into it, man. He's loving it so much and stuff. So later on that year or the next year, my grandmother had passed away, and I went up to New York, and he was calling me Uncle Bull Cow, and it was so hilarious. It was so cute, and he's just like, Uncle Bull Cow. And I remember I was like, when the one morning he came downstairs, and I was in the kitchen, and I was like crouched down, ready to scare him, and he knew, and my brother's like, go in the kitchen, and he said, go in the kitchen. That's the dog in there. He goes, no, it's not. That's Uncle Bull Cow. And so anyways, when I made like some hot sauce, me and my wife made little batches to go with our food. Maybe if we had some left over, we'd put it in the fridge, but we weren't bottling it up and keeping it. So we made hot sauce, here and there for years. But in 2021, I actually took a bottle and I bottled up an extra bottle, and I had it in that glass bottle, and I took a picture and put it on Facebook and tagged my brother and said, Uncle Bull Cow's coming to burn you. And I sent it to him in New York. And that's how it started. People say, how did you, yeah, right, Chili Chaplin. So anyways, people, they ask me, I'm just like, Uncle Bull Cow's coming to burn you. And people started, some of my friends in New York, started saying, hey man, I want a bottle, and this, that, and the other thing. And so the next time I made, a batch or whatever, I made like 4 or 5 extra bottles, and I sent some to New York, some to a friend of mine out in the western part of the state, and I sent a bottle to a friend in Texas, and they went nuts over it. That was the original Mad Mash, the fermented version, which I called it Monster Mash because it just had a bunch of different peppers, but they went crazy over it, and people were like, yeah, Uncle Bull Cow's catchy, And so a lot of people here's the thing, in the South, it doesn't make as much sense so here's the thing, cow, a cow, you have a heifer is a female cow, and a bull is a male cow, right? Yeah. So, but they're both cows, cow proper. They're both cows. That's their species, right? But you get a lot of people that just say bull. Which I say bull, too, When you say bull cow, like, well, a bull and a cow are 2 separate things. A cow's a female and a bull is a male. I'm like, no, bull is not a species. Okay, cow's a species. And that cow, you're calling cow. We just see anything in a field, it's a cow species. We say it's a cow. But so there's some people are a little confused there. They people from the South and from Australia. The people from the North and from England, they've heard the term bull cow before. And so, yeah, so it's kind of cool, man, how I got the name. And it's just it's a silly name, It is. It's just it's a little kid type name. It's something that My father was, you know, when he was a kid, and then he did it with us. The bull cow's gonna get you, and and so it's just something that stuck with me. And then my nephew called me Uncle Bull Cow. It was hilarious. And then here's the thing: like I could not wait. I could not wait to send out my sauce to YouTubers and have them say it. And I literally like I remember like YouTubers just saying, "Got some sauce today from Uncle Bull Cow," and I was listening to people say it. And boy, it took me about a year to get used to it, man. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, it's a silly name. And but it, it's catchy, I guess. Like people said, you got to do that, run with it. And I made the I don't have the original logo. Do I have one over here? No, I don't. But if you guys remember, well, if you look on the hat here, you see the emblem on the front of the hat. That's the original logo, which was just it was a mock-up, or not a mock-up, I don't know what you call it. It's one of those websites that you pay and you go in there and they have different emblems, and you own the rights to it, but somebody else could also own the rights to it. It's uh not copywritten or trademarked, but you can trademark it, but it's from them. So basically, if you were to trademark and try to sue somebody else that used it, so well, I just had that the bull cow, and then I designed like put the words around it and stuff, and the labels. And if anybody knows, the original labels were, I still have some actually. The original labels, like the original stickers and logo and everything, was just very simple. And then my wife actually made this for me. She designed this. I don't know, year and a half, 2 years ago, and she put my original emblem on the hat, so it would still have that on it. You see what I'm saying? So it would still be like, okay, yeah. And she made that, and then I decided just to run with it, um, as my logo. So that's how we got there when we got to all this craziness. But it's been a fun ride, man. It's YouTube has been really weird. It's up and it's down, right? We get times where we don't get there's no consistency. The views, man. I mean, I got 1,000. Wait, more than that. I got like 1,300, 1,400 more subscribers right now than I had a year ago, and the views are like barely. I mean, the views are almost the same, which is crazy, It's like, so it doesn't matter how many subscribers you got if you're in a slow build, right? If you're building your channel slow, organically, and you don't have nothing, no videos take off or go viral, is what I'm saying. Um, then you just see this slow build. And I feel sorry for some people, man. Look at Hot Sauce Junkie Tim. He started around the same time as some other people that like shot up there. Like they just had one or two videos go viral, and bam, next thing you know, they're YouTube superstars, getting monetized, and being able to make a go of it and stuff. Hot Sauce Junkie Tim, man, he's reviewing hot sauces faithfully every day, doing League of Fire challenges, all kinds of stuff. And his channel views are just throttled, man. 100 views, 150 views. He's got like 6,000 subscribers. And I'm like, damn. But you know what? More power to him, man. Shout out to him for this is what he likes to do. So he don't care. Of course, he would like to have better views. He'd like to have some of his subscribers from 2-3 years ago watch his videos, and he does probably has some. But YouTube doesn't show them to everybody. So it's just it's a long battle, man. Yeah, so check this out. When we started this channel, it was by complete accident. This is an old channel. This is from my original, when I first created a YouTube account. I don't know how many years ago, 2009 or 10 or something. I don't even know. No, I don't know. But anyways, I didn't have any content up. I did have some videos on there, a couple copyright strikes, so I just uploaded like a song or something. Didn't use it for that. I'd only use it to be able to comment on somebody's video if I wanted to, right? we had to upload. We had a video. We went to a hot sauce festival in 21, and it was very long. The format was a lot of gigs. Facebook, you couldn't upload it to Facebook. Okay, so you had to upload it to YouTube, then download it, and then use that version to upload to Facebook. So that's what I did. Well, I looked at the video, like, I don't know, a couple days or a week later, and it did pretty good for only having like 40 subscribers or 30, which are just BS ones that throughout the years, came in for whatever reason. And it was, it had more views than I had subs. I was like, wait a minute, got like 100 views, I think, the first day or something. I'm like, wait a second. Maybe YouTube doesn't suck, because I just stayed away from it because of the slow growth and the throttling the views down, everything, man. So we decided with Facebook, we're doing live reviews. It's a couple things, and there was buffering, and Facebook's all their stupid freaking rules, and you violated the community standards for spam. You violated the community standards for hate speech. You violated the community standards. We're pretty much done with Facebook. I mean, we have it still, but I don't use my business page for hardly anything, man, because it's just, boost this post for, $50. You can reach up to 30 people. Get the hell out of here. I'm not spending money with you people. I'm not spending a penny. So we ended up deciding we're just going to put the phone on. I'm not doing no fancy editing. I'm not going to be on my computer. I did that stuff with other stuff for years. I got burned out. We're just going to put the phone on and record short videos and upload it. That's it. That was what we decided to do. So we did. And it was like that first video did good. And then as like the more subscribers I got in the beginning, the worse my videos did. It was crazy. Well, yeah, we were reviewing peppers and stuff, man. They were getting like 10 views, 15 views. We had there's a tincture video that had like 11 views and that was after it was up for like 2 years. There was the Genghis Khan brain. When I reviewed that pepper, that video a year later had five views. I think I had about 150, 200 subscribers or something then. So it's been slow, man. It's been slow, but I got monetized. There's been some months where I've done okay, and then it just crashes back down, and it's like, I'm not going to play the games, man. I come on here and do what I want. When I got something spicy I want to do. Today, like I said, I had the idea to review these store-bought hot sauces to see which, because I was just sitting there looking at them like, which one's hotter? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. Anyways, guys, Uncle Bowcow's, I've been on here blabbering for a long time. Do me a favor, smash that like button right now if you haven't done so already. And we'll